Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please take your seat.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Sit back in a relaxed way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you have your lunch?
No, sir. I had a brunch sort of, so I decided to skip lunch today.
Okay. I find your overall DAF so versatile.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
That overall, even personally, I am short on which of the issues to pick up and discuss. Each one of them is worth half an hour.
Yes, sir.
But on balance, so to say, I will start with, say, your birth date.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Does it have any national or international significance?
Yes, sir. Sir, the UNESCO has been celebrating Global Literacy Day on 8th September since 1967. And in pursuance of that, in 2022, we have also included inclusive education to include disabled students as well as students from minority language.
So where does India's and of Maharashtra,
Yes.
the current literacy rate stand?
Sir, I would not be able to tell you the current rate because the data is from 2011 census. But based on the 2011 census, for India it stands at 74% average, and for Maharashtra it is 82%.
Male, female?
Sir, for Maharashtra I am not able to remember, but for India I believe for female it is 65% and for male it is around 82%. But sir, I may be wrong.
Yeah. Any chance you happen to remember the urban-rural divide, if I may say, in terms of literacy?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recollect at the moment.
Let us connect your subject anthropology with Thane district.
Yes, sir.
Which are the tribes in Thane district?
So Thane district has two main tribes. It is the Warli tribe and the Katkari tribe. These are the two main tribes that are residing in Thane district.
Some great people have devoted their life,
yes, sir,
for uplifting Warlis and Katkaris. You remember who they are?
No, sir, I'm not able to recollect.
You will have to collect that
Yes,
information.
Sir. Yes, sir, I'll make sure to work upon it.
Yeah, I hope you know about Warli art.
Yes, sir, I know about it.
Can you tell us its features?
Yes, sir. Sir, they basically use very simplistic materials. For example, red soil is used and along with cow dung as the base. And they use bamboo sticks to paint using glue and rice dough. And the art style is also very simplistic. At the same time, it is also elegant. And it shows the Warli tribe's connection with nature and forest and how they celebrate life in general.
Yeah, good. Tell us what you read recently and particularly liked.
I'm sorry, sir, I was not able
Non-fiction, your hobby of reading non-fiction?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So I'm asking you, what have you read recently?
Yes, sir. So recently I have read James Clear's Atomic Habits. It is on how one can form habits and try to be consistent with it and keep it going.
But in non-fiction, you like this self-help kind of books?
Yes, sir. I prefer self-help more, but I also read other kinds of books.
So tell us one or two names from that other kinds of books.
Okay.
And also, if possible, one or two other names of the self-help kind of books.
Okay, yes, sir. So in other kinds of books, I would say I also read fiction books. And very recently, I had read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. One more book that I'm currently reading is based on my anthropology subject. It is Sapiens by Yuval Harari. And as for self-help books, I'm sorry, sir, I have also read Can't Hurt Me and Deep Work by... So can I please take a moment to recollect?
Sure.
Sir, right now I'm not able to recollect the name of the author, but Deep Work was one of the books.
No problem, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
We will continue. My best wishes for you, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you.
Hi.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Kashmira, why this name? What does it signify? Were you born when your
Yes, yes.
parents were in Kashmir or something?
Ma'am, they were not in Kashmir. They had heard the name Kashmira and they had liked it a lot because it means beauty of Kashmir. And so that is why they decided to name me Kashmira.
Okay, so have you been to Kashmir?
Yes, ma'am. I have been to Kashmir twice.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Can you tell me what's going on in Ladakh?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that Ladakh was recently, after the abrogation of Article 370, was separated from the state of Jammu and Kashmir and made a union territory. But even now, there has not been that much development, and that is why there is demand for declaring it as a 6th schedule area.
So what's the problem in declaring? Apparently, it seems to be a very justified demand. What's the problem?
Ma'am, I'm not...
Okay, 6th schedule covers northeastern states. Tell me, what was the Brahmo Samaj? Because this is the 75th year of our independence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so some questions regarding social reform period. And so what was the Brahmo Samaj?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this was an organization that was started by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, I believe in 1828. And it focused on eliminating caste discrimination and uplifting the conditions of the women.
Okay. Can you tell name of few famous people who were followers of the Brahmo way of living?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I believe Debendranath Tagore and Keshav Chandra Sen.
Very good. Good, good, good. Okay. You are a doctor now.
Yes, ma'am.
From St. George's Medical College?
Yes.
Oh, I've been there so many times. Once you start going there, there is no end. Being a dentist, you know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. India's present demographic situation,
Yes, ma'am.
foresees a very large increase in the aged population.
Yes, ma'am.
What problems do you see in future for the care and development of senior citizens?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as a dentist or the overall health?
Overall.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, being a dentist, first of all, I will say what I specialize in. It is seen that older people, they have trouble chewing food because of loss of teeth in many cases, and because there is lack of awareness about dental problems. By the time an individual reaches his or her old age, there is a loss of teeth, loss of bone, and there is difficulty in chewing. So there is the issue of lack of teeth. Secondly, I would say there are also problems of diabetes and hypertension that are faced by the older population. Thirdly, we are seeing that now, because of employment and work opportunities, the youth are migrating to the urban areas, and whereas older population are getting left behind somewhere in the rural areas, and there is not much care that is being taken. So I believe that through geriatric treatment and geriatric care, as well as involving ASHA workers, we can try to bring in not just health, but also their mental health and physical health into consideration and work on that.
What opportunities are arising out of this unmet demand of geriatric care?
Ma'am, there is employment opportunities for people who are in the caregiving sector.
Business opportunities?
Ma'am, again in the caregiving sector, I believe that there would be...
Well, an old person is not permanently sick. He needs various other things. So, could you think of business opportunities?
Ma'am, even though an old person is not permanently sick, I believe that he or she would like the company of someone. So, for example, someone who may come to read to him or her. And that could be one business opportunities that I'm able to think of at the moment.
Okay. What about, say, travel agencies who specialize in senior citizens trips? There could be startups.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. As you say, that could be one opportunity.
Okay. Tell me names of few prominent freedom fighters from Maharashtra?
Ma'am, we have Lokmanya Tilak and
Okay.
ma'am, could I also suggest names of socio-religious reformers because
I mean, they went together.
ma'am, D.K. Karve, who worked in the area of widow association, widow home association, and Gokhale as well.
You don't say Gokhale, you say, you don't call him just Gokhale.
Yes.
What do you call him?
Sorry.
Gopal Krishna Gokhale.
Yes, yes. Sorry.
And what was Mahatma Gandhi's relationship with him?
Ma'am, I believe Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the mentor of Mahatma Gandhi, and he was instrumental in bringing Mahatma Gandhi to India from South Africa,
Yes.
as well as he had encouraged Mahatma Gandhi to travel throughout India to see the
Very
ground reality.
Very good, very good. What is the sari that you are wearing?
Ma'am, it is Madhya Pradesh's Chanderi cotton silk sari.
Yes. So can you name some patterns of handloom weaving that are prevalent in, say, the western part of the country?
Ma'am, I believe ikat is one of the pattern of weaving, which is prominently found in the western parts of India. Ma'am, I'm not able to recollect.
Okay, fine. Ikat is found in Andhra Pradesh
Okay.
and
Karnataka.
Odisha. Okay. But very beautiful, excellent work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Coming back to the elders, what
Yes.
is the International Day of Elders? Which date is celebrated as the International Day of Elders?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not able to remember.
What is the main mental health issue faced by the elders?
Sir, I believe that somewhere when the younger population, when their children move
What
away,
is the main issue in one word faced by the elders?
sir, I would say depression.
Depression is born out of what?
A lack of attention and care. And
We call it, loneliness,
yes, sir, we can also.
irrelevance.
Sir, they are not irrelevant
No,
because
they are not irrelevant.
yes,
Feeling of irrelevance.
yes, sir.
Okay. Since you are, from dentistry, when did you pass out your dentistry? How many years back?
So in 2019,
Not very far away.
yes, sir.
So you'll remember some basics.
Yes, sir.
What is the dental formula for humans?
Sir, I believe the dental formula is 2123.
What is 2? What is 1?
Yes.
What is 2? What is 3?
So it is, so we name it regarding the quadrant. We see the upper jaw and one
What is
right or
2?
left.
What is 1? What is 2? What is 3?
Yes. So 2 is 2 incisors, 1 is 1 canine,
Yes.
2 is 2 premolars and 3 is 3 molars.
Absolutely correct. Tusk of an elephant,
Yes, sir.
which type of teeth it is?
Sir, I'm not able to recollect which type of teeth.
Which type of teeth are lophodonts?
So can you please repeat? I was not
Which
able
type
to.
of teeth? You named 4 type of teeth.
Yes.
Which type of teeth are lophodonts?
Sir, I've not heard that term. I'm sorry, sir.
Doesn't.
I'll
What
look
is
up.
diastema?
So diastema is the gap that is present between teeth, especially the front teeth.
Absence of it. Correct. What is hydrochesy in dentistry?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not able to recollect.
What is the movement of the peristomial teeth of Moss capsule called as?
I'm sorry, sir.
That is hydrochesy.
Okay.
It's also called zerochesy.
Okay, sir.
Dental caries, what is the cause of that?
So the cause is that when we eat food, there is a decrease in
What
the
kind
pH.
of a infection it is?
Sir, it is bacterial infection.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct. Tell me, basically, Hanumantarao committee report
Yes,
you
sir.
might have heard about.
Yes, sir.
What was the subject of the committee?
Sir, I believe it was on the Panchayati Raj institution.
No, that was Balwantrai Mehta committee report.
Okay.
Right? So read about it.
Yes.
Kelkar committee report, what was it about?
Sir, I believe it was in the subject of economics.
Khusro committee report,
No, sir, I've not heard of it.
Narsimhan committee report,
Sir, Banking Sector Reforms Committee.
Narsimhan committee report was absolutely about banking sector reforms. You are absolutely correct. Which was the fort, which was the birthplace of Chhatrapati Shivaji?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not able to recollect. I will
No
look up
issue.
on it.
Wow.
Sorry.
No issue.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
You have heard about talkies films?
Yes, sir.
Which was the first Marathi talkie film?
Sir, I'm not sure, but if you could allow, I will make a guess.
Please.
Yes. Sir, I believe it was Raja Harishchandra.
No.
Okay.
Ayodhyache Raja.
Okay.
Who was Pandurang Vaman Kane?
Sir, I'm not read up on it.
What is Kalsubai famous for?
Sir, I believe it is a famous trekking spot in the Western Ghats in Maharashtra, and it is the highest peak of Maharashtra.
Absolutely. Keep smiling. Doing well.
Hello, Kashmira.
Good afternoon, sir.
Kashmira, you did BDS in 2018.
Yes.
Since then, are you doing anything or just preparing for civil services?
Sir, in 2000, between 2018 and 19, I had a internship in my college. After that, for 1 year, I was only preparing, but as I could not clear it in the first attempt, I resumed my dental practice, and I was working as an assistant dentist at a private clinic.
Okay, great. You have also learnt about naturopathy,
Yes, sir.
did diploma.
Yes, sir.
Your mother is also naturopathy practitioner.
Yes, sir.
What did you learn from your mother?
Sir, it was my mother from whom I drew the inspiration to do the diploma course. Ever since she started practicing naturopathy, her whole lifestyle became very nature-centric and in line with nature. Not only that, but she also started helping people through nature cure, so that there is no drug usage and there are no side effects of it. Although nature cure takes time to treat, but it completely detoxifies the body and makes the body healthy, and not only the body but also the mind.
Which illnesses are treated generally by naturopathist?
So, diseases like common cold can also be treated. On the other hand, joint pains, spondylitis and migraines, these are some of the treatments that can be treated.
Okay. Is there any practice in naturopathy which is connected with dentistry, like oral health and oral hygiene?
Sir, I'm not aware, but the only connection that I'm able to think of is the traditional medicines that we sometimes use in dentistry. For example, in dentistry, there is a material which contains clove oil, which is lavang. So that is something that we have derived from our nature cure practice.
You have mentioned about conservative orthodontics. What is conservative orthodontics?
Sir, conservative, I would first talk about orthodontics, which is the branch which deals with alignment of the teeth and corrections of the jaw. Conservative is the one in which I believe there is no removal of any tooth to align the teeth.
Root canal treatment, is it conservative or not?
No, sir, root canal treatment is not conservative.
Not conservative.
No, sir.
Is it still being resorted to, or is it being replaced by a better method?
Sir, there are better methods available, but each case has its own specific requirements, and root canal is very much in practice even now. in alternate to root canal, there is post and core treatment, but that is only when most tooth structure has been lost. Otherwise, a root canal is more preferred.
Some time ago, there was a demand from dentists that they should be allowed to undergo a bridge course and should be treated as good as the allopathic practitioner. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that during COVID-19, we saw that our health infrastructure was lacking, and especially there was a dearth in the number of doctors. So I believe that providing a bridge course to dentists will help solve this issue. At the same time, it should also be remembered that oral healthcare is not taking a backseat, and focus should also be on oral health development.
If bridge course is offered to you to become allopathic practitioners, what would you like to learn from that bridge course?
Sir, since allopathy will try to give me a broader perspective on the overall health and the general health, I believe that I would be able to expand on my knowledge and maybe work on even surgeries if given an opportunity.
Okay. You had chosen anthropology as your optional subject.
Yes, sir.
What is chromosomal aberration?
So chromosomal aberration means that there are chromosomes in our cell, and sometimes due to any kind of mutation, there is a discrepancy in the genetic makeup that forms the chromosome. It can be either that there is an addition of excess genes, or there can be a deletion, or inversion, or translocation. These are the 4 kinds of chromosomal aberrations.
How is it related to anthropology?
Sir, we see that many communities have certain kind of diseases that are very specific to that community because of how they have evolved. For example, sickle cell anemia is found mostly in tribals of southern India, or glucose 6-phosphate deficiency may also be found. So there are some genetic diseases associated with chromosomal aberrations.
What is Lewis Morgan's classification of family?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect.
Okay. There is something called anthropometry. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe it is the branch which deals with the measurements of the body of different individuals and taking out an average, I believe. And this can be applied in variable industries, for example, sports industry or space industry.
Can it also be used for assessment of nutritional status?
Yes, sir.
How?
Sir, for example, in case of obesity, we see that in case of obesity or even kwashiorkor like diseases, we see that there is an increase in the girth of the stomach, whereas the arms and the legs, that is the limbs, are very thin. So using the anthropometry techniques, we can try to evaluate whether obesity is prevalent.
Levi-Strauss analyzed kinship.
Yes.
What was his finding?
Wow.
Sir, I believe he studied on kinship based on alliance. So based on alliance, how we call our kins, that is what he studied on. I'm not able to recollect more in detail. I'm sorry,
Okay,
sir.
it's all right. Therefore, yesterday some budgetary reliefs were announced.
Yes.
Regarding professional services.
Yes, sir.
So what rebate was offered to professionals?
Sir, I have not read so much in detail about budget yet.
Okay, forget that. Let us ask something more. In India,
Yes, sir.
are you aware of state capitals?
Yes, sir.
What is state capital of Maharashtra?
Mumbai, and winter capital is in Nagpur.
Okay. What is capital of Karnataka?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. What is capital of Andhra Pradesh?
Sir, Andhra Pradesh, I was having the capital of Hyderabad for a time, but it has recently shown interest in declaring 3 capitals for different purposes. So I believe Visakhapatnam, Kurnool, and Amravati are the three cities that has been shortlisted.
There is some controversy regarding reallocation of state capital. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir, I'm fairly aware.
Amravati was by earlier government. The present government wants to make another city as capital, which is Visakhapatnam.
Yes,
That is
sir.
okay. Have you heard about union territories?
Yes, sir.
What are union territories?
So union territories are small territories that are directly under the administrative control of the central government.
Okay. Where is Port Blair?
So Port Blair is in Andaman Island.
Okay. Where is Lakshadweep?
So Lakshadweep is in the Arabian Sea on the western side of Indian subcontinent.
How many islands are in Lakshadweep UT?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to
Okay,
recall.
it's all right. It's all right. Last question.
Yes.
You live near Ayappa temple,
Yes.
right? Who is Ayappa?
So Lord Ayappa is a very revered figure in the south, especially in Kerala.
In north also.
Yes. And very recently it was in news because of Sabrimala temple. There was an issue of whether women should be allowed to enter the temple because Lord Ayappa was a celibate, and for that reason it was not in consonance with the religious beliefs for women to enter. However, a decision has been made by the Supreme Court, and I believe eventually and gradually in some years we will see that there is more change in perception, and there may be entry for women allowed.
Okay, thank you, Kashmira.
Thank
Over
you,
to
sir.
Hello Kashmira, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
How do you understand Pakistan occupied Kashmir?
Sir, Kashmir has a very big history, a very old history, and rather it dates back to even before 1947, but focusing on 1947 and 48, after the Treaty of Instrument of Accession that was signed with India, the whole of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh became part of India. However, I believe from Pakistan side, some tribals tried to occupy the region, and now it has become a disputed region because of that.
But why is it called Pakistan occupied?
So because we believe that it is an integral part of India, and Pakistan has only occupied it, but it belongs to India.
Chalo, read up on that.
Yes.
You've done your BDS.
Yes, sir.
So the BDS, there is a Dental Council of India
Yes,
which
sir.
controls or which gives you your number perhaps.
Yes, sir.
And as for the doctors, you've got the National Medical Commission,
Yes,
earlier
sir.
the MCA.
Yes, sir.
I mean, considering that the tooth is just another factum of the body, why do you need two institutions? What's so special about dentistry that you don't come under the National Medical Commission?
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe that dentistry is a specialization in itself, and it has a very specific area, that is the mouth in the body. Mouth is the entry or the gateway for the overall health and overall body. And for this reason, it is very important to have a focused attention on oral health. I believe that is why, that could be the reason why there is a separate body focusing on oral health and dentistry.
Because when you were discussing with Sir a little earlier,
Yes, sir.
you had argued in favor of the bridge course, which
Yes.
dentists should do to...
Yes.
Wouldn't it be logical if you all do the same course up to a particular level and then dentistry is a specialization like any other specialization? This mouth theory about, that same argument, the cardiologist can also say that the heart is unique and therefore I should have a separate commission, medical commission, a heart
Yes.
commission or something.
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe while bridge course, as I said, would be a good option for addressing the dearth of doctors. At the same time, we should also focus on the oral health and dental profession as well. So, I would
It
be...
won't compromise your profession. In the administrative hierarchy of the various professions.
Yes, sir.
Don't agree?
Sir, I agree with what you're saying, but I still believe that because oral health is in itself, the BDS course in itself is a specialization, whereas MBBS, even after MBBS, more specialization is required, whereas BDS itself is a specialization. So I believe...
Would the same argument hold for Ayush, the various Ayush disciplines?
So whether Ayush discipline should come under
the an overarching National Medical Commission?
Sir, I believe that Ayush, the basic principles of Ayush is more focused on natural treatment rather than focusing on allopathy. So I believe that if it comes under National Medical Council, which is a more inclined towards modern medicine, it would lose its essence, which is its inclination towards traditional medicine. So I believe that again Ayush Council should be separate from National Medical Council.
Explain why you chose Japanese as a subject of interest.
Yes, sir. Sir, a few years back I started watching anime, which is the Japanese animation, and through that I got interested into knowing about the Japanese culture. So I thought language would be a good way to first start knowing about.
Now tell us 3 aspects of that Japanese culture which make you most interested in it.
Sir, first of all, based on my knowledge about Japanese culture and people, I believe that they are very humble people and very polite. So that is one thing that I like about them. Second would be that they have tried to make use of their soft power in the sense of anime, manga, and even the cool Japan concept. So they have been exporting that soft culture to the world. That is the second aspect.
I thought you would tell me something on the Japanese work ethic.
Yes, sir. Sir, their work ethic is impeccable. They are very disciplined and punctual, but at the same time it has proved to be a double-edged sword somewhere. And
why, what happened? Why should it be double-edged?
Sir, because of very serious work ethic, they have started to lose out on interpersonal relations, and there has been a rise in suicide rate in Japan, as well as early death due to heart attack in many working professionals.
You gave a long list of, very impressive list of non-fiction books, but you didn't mention The End of History and The Last Man. Have you heard of this?
No, sir.
Francis Fukushima?
No, sir.
Now, as a naturopath, this is my last question. What is the best naturopath treatment for good teeth?
For teeth?
For good teeth.
Good teeth. Sir, can I take a moment? Sir, in Nature Cure, we have meswak sticks, which are neem sticks. So that can be used to create as an antibacterial and anti-inflammatory substance. At the same time, as I had also mentioned earlier, clove oil is something that can ease pain and even gum pain to an extent. And
don't speak as a dentist, speak as a naturopath.
Okay, sir. Sir, I believe in naturopathy, there is a focus on eating food in its raw sense. And when we eat raw food and fibrous food, I think that automatically flushes and cleans the teeth. And as a naturopath, I would say that is something that would help the oral health and the teeth of an individual.
Who in the history of the freedom movement was Rajguru?
Sir, I believe Rajguru, he was associated with Chandrasekhar Azad and Bhagat Singh.
Read on him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us something you don't believe.
Sir, I don't believe that nothing, can I reframe it? I don't believe that there is anything in the world that cannot be improved upon. There is no thing that is in its best state. Everything has a potential to make it better.
Good. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
God bless.
I thought or expected you to pick up the significance of my last question.
Okay.
Tell us something you don't believe. That itself is the starting point of the feedback.
Okay.
You are rhythmically, regularly and repeatedly starting your answer by saying, I believe.
Okay. Okay, yes, sir.
And that is even when objective answers are to be given. Gopal Krishna Gokhale's relation with Gandhiji. You would start the answer, I believe. Where is the question of your believing what was Gokhale's relationship with Gandhiji?
Yes, sir.
And so on and so forth. So when you also see the whole interview, see yourself saying, I believe repeatedly. That is why on a lighter side, I pose this last question, that now tell us something you don't believe.
Okay.
On a further lighter side, don't start saying, I don't believe before every sentence.
Yeah, yeah. And as a larger point,
Yeah.
don't we really say what we believe? So why do we have to keep qualifying it by saying, I believe?
Yes, sir.
In fact, reason I am taking this time on it is, every time we say I believe, it actually makes us sound unsure. That at some, I hope I can safely use the word sub or unconscious level, subconscious, okay, that we are kind of trying to assert a point about which we are not sure. So we say I believe, we try to assure ourselves. So check it, all of it.
Yes, sir.
But from interview point of view, actually avoid this phrase.
Yes, sir. I'll work upon
Yeah.
it.
Only if a panel member specifically asks, do you believe in so and so? It could be, do you believe in God? Do you believe in government? Do you believe in Supreme Court? Do you believe in Bill Gates? Whatever. The phrasing is, do you believe? Then you can say, I believe. But not as a regular
Yes.
this thing. Huh?
Sir,
Now-
can I ask? a
sure.
question? Sir, instead of I believe, can I say in my opinion in some question?
Not
which are
again all the time.
factual?
What is necessary? Because whole interview you have done like
Yes.
And
yes.
your opinion. Why again say in my opinion?
Yes, sir.
Just come to the point. Just say
Yes,
that
sir.
point.
that.
Yes, sir.
Straight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And actually, that way of presenting oneself shows clarity of mind.
Yes, sir.
It also shows the confidence which every doctor basically has. Let that confidence also come up. And of course, that is a quality for a good officer also.
Yes, sir.
Very clear about the answers, categorical.
Yes, sir.
So, right? Then overall, we are happy that you are well prepared.
Yes, sir.
We have done our best to cover the DAF.
Yes, sir.
So keep preparing on all those points. DAF and all kinds of current issues. That is never ending.
Yes, sir.
So our preparation until the dates are announced. And after the dates are announced, you want to come back, discuss, or want some questions sorted out, you are anytime and most welcome.
Yes, sir.
So about the current one, current and DAF, that is actually to be one exercise to be done. So starting from birth date, so international literacy, therefore any possible discussion on literacy, and therefore its link with anthropology, link with Thane, link with Maharashtra,
Yes.
and it has a lot of significance, of course you know that.
Yes, sir.
So male and female literacy, or urban rural literacy, or literacy among scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, all of it has a great meaning.
Yes, sir.
And then with anthropology as a subject, again, someone who knows Thane district will link it with Thane
Yes.
and Warlis and Katkaris. Actually, there was Godavari Parulekar,
Okay, sir.
famously called as Godu Tai.
Yes, sir. Once I had read about it, but I did not research more on it particularly.
She dedicated her entire life to uplifting of Warlis and Katkaris. She is the first generation of the communist movement.
Okay.
She is known as the Queen of Warlis. She became so one with Warlis that she is addressed as Godu Rani, Warlyanchi Rani.
Okay.
And there is an extraordinary book about her written by herself. It is Jevha Manus Zaga Hoto. And of course, I am happy to tell you that my good friend Vivek Pandit, along with his wife Vidyullata Pandit, also devoted his life to uplifting Varlis and Katkaris in Thane district. And his NGO is very well known. Vivek happens to be MLA. He is not current MLA. In the previous regime, he was MLA. In his own right, he is a great person. So, if you know more about social, cultural situation, especially from anthropology point of view, you have time enough. So, go on preparing. If you can scan across these books.
Yes, sir.
And what? Non-fiction is a very important area to discuss. Be ready with the books, and also be ready that once you name the books, the panel may pick up any one of them for just discussing it for a couple of minutes. Let it come out that you have carefully read it, understood it, and so on and so on. If we had time, among many other things, I or any one of us would have liked to discuss Yuval Noah Harari. Have you read another two of his books?
No, sir. I've only recently started this book.
You have heard about them?
Yes, sir.
If you are going to name Harari, just see to it that you know about Homo Deus and 21 questions for 21st century.
Yes, sir.
And also about self-help books, at least the what you told, at least makes me and at least wonder whether so far you have not read what are considered as classics or among the best of the all-time great books in self-help category. Have you heard of Dale Carnegie or Carnegie?
Yes,
Any
sir.
which way.
Yes, sir.
His books are like classics in self-help, and many other the names will continue, but many others. So it's about discussing this one. Then you are already aware, I am just reiterating the point, that your very name Kashmira is definitely going to attract questions on Jammu Kashmir.
Yes, sir.
In its full complexity.
Yes, sir.
So POK, this Jammu Kashmir, Article 370-35A and post 370-35A, etc., everything. He has a short and very well studied book on Jammu Kashmir.
Okay, sir. I'll make sure to read it.
I used to tell the students that you want a brief outline of what exactly is Jammu Kashmir, read Jammu Kashmir by Dr. D.K. Bhalla. But that book is pre-abrogation of 370. So now you will have to remember that lot of water has proverbially flown from under the bridge. So 370 and 35A. Many other books also have meanwhile come out. But if you can catch up on all that situation.
Yes, sir.
Then also be ready for what I call as standard questions for doctors. That was our reason of not spending time there, because we are always short on time. Even in terms of covering every person, the youngster, in about 30 minutes that we have. But as a doctor, why do you want to join civil service?
Yes.
Etc. Be prepared. Especially, many doctors have become outstanding civil servants. And one such is sitting here. So remember the examples, and if the questions come, you can share that doctors have gone on to be outstanding civil servants.
Yes.
So on and so forth. Similarly, standard questions for women candidates.
Yes.
So-called, how will you balance career and family life, etc. Again, we chose not to go there. But keep yourself ready for those questions.
Yes.
Then I saw you looking down many times. If it is for thinking, you think about it. But a suggestion is, see if you can avoid it.
Okay, sir.
That body language of looking down makes you appear unsure of oneself. I know that sometimes we want to think, so we do look down. Just try. Think about it. I believe I have already told you, I am reserving last 2 points for special this thing. Also see if you can maintain eye contact with the entire panel as you talk.
Yes, sir.
That would mean involving the whole panel in discussion.
Yes.
See if you can do that.
Yes, sir.
Largely you are talking only to the panel member who is talking to you. Focus on thinking process, but without the thinking process hampering, if you can maintain eye contact with the panel, that would be most welcome.
Yes, sir.
Then a couple of questions left me with a feel, and irrespective of that feel, you have to keep being updated in current issues and current affairs.
Yes, sir.
And that has to go on until UPSC announces the next lot and you come to know your date. And until the day of the interview, you have to be supremely updated. So it's like Vishakhapatnam. Present government has already decided that now Andhra Pradesh capital will be Vishakhapatnam. And some such questions. Then, like on a question about the naturopathy's a simple solution for teeth. You said, can I take a minute? I wonder why a BDS doctor with special interest and training in naturopathy should need time to think about this. Now the answer should
Yes.
if a very complex issue is put to you, then it is okay. Huh? And I have reserved last 2 points as the last. Expect questions on Japan. How far deeply have you studied Japan, or is it only the language that you have studied?
No, sir, not just the language, but also India-Japan ties. And
Meiji Restoration?
I'm fairly aware about the history of Japan and about Meiji Restoration.
Okay. Post Second World War reconstruction of Japan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so recently Quad,
Since you
etc.
mentioned about the culture, there is a concept of giri. Giri is, basically duty. They immensely put, a lot of value on duty bound thing.
Yes.
It's before life even. And then there is a concept of, the way of the samurai. Okay? That
Yes.
was incorporated into the work culture.
Yes, yes.
So, like that.
Yes, sir.
That's right. And one small thing that when he answered you, why there should be a separate council of, dentistry,
Yes.
brush up, think about it, because the answer was not very clear.
Yes.
You could not reason out very properly.
Actually, it is not clear for BDS people altogether.
That is
Even
Sir,
all orthodontist, etc.
I'll think more upon that
No,
question.
it is more of a turf war. Am I right? I mean, he may bear me out.
You know,
Or,
it
You should tell that
Huh?
dentistry is a specialized subject within all medical sciences. To take care of lacks of dentist, frame regulation, standardization of treatment, standardization of syllabus, we
Yes.
need a specialized body. Medical Council of India or any other council is too busy in their so many other things that they cannot give this dentistry profession a special place. Therefore, it is being sustained.
Yes,
That
sir.
is the correct answer.
okay.
Okay, sir.
But you personally also agree?
Yes, there should be
Okay.
separate
Okay.
council.
Okay. Because actually the same arguments will hold good for like ophthalmology.
No, there are board specialty boards for ophthalmology, cardiology, anesthesiology,
Nephro.
orthotics. There are multitude of boards within that overall, because all emanate from a single medical science. But dentistry is a profession altogether.
Malay, your answer should be little more reasoned out.
Yeah.
It should
Yes,
be
sir.
reasoned out. Why
Yes.
you
It
may
cannot
oppose
be
but why you
defended totally, but more reasonable
Yes,
and logical.
yes. Yes, sir.
Right? Then so many possible questions on yoga. Today
Yes.
we couldn't touch upon that.
Yes.
So yoga and Nisargopchar. Have you visited this ashram at Urali Kanchan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Treated people, or you yourself underwent some treatment there?
Sir, I just had gone for a visit there. I did not
You know its
undergo.
history?
No, sir.
Okay. See if you can find out.
Yes, sir. I'll find
It's
out
an
about it.
exclusive Nisargopchar ashram,
Yes.
and people from all over the world come there.
Yes.
Really. Great people started it. If I find one last minute, I will just tell you, but let me complete the points first. So, a lot of questions on yoga again.
Yes.
And you have said you practice yoga, right?
Yes.
So, possible questions
Yes, sir.
on yoga. Also, infinite range of questions on Mumbai.
Yes.
Again, we were not able to touch much upon Mumbai, but it is India's financial capital, a major global center for finances, and recently coming up very fast in all kinds of infrastructural development, along with lots of problems.
Yes.
So, keep yourself ready to deal with Mumbai from all different angles. Thane may remind someone of the present chief minister.
Yes.
Therefore, the discussion on current politics. So, the constitutional issue about Shiva Sena. also
Yes.
can figure and come out. Okay? And finally, last two issues for which either I will kill you or I will not get someone, I will kill you. She asks you freedom fighters from Maharashtra,
Yes, sir.
and your list doesn't go beyond 2 or 3, and you need time to think. Come on, man. Come on. Maharashtra, and I will say, is rightly proud of like having contributed and sacrificed an unending list of freedom fighters.
Yes.
As a youngster from Maharashtra sitting there, you can't think of the names.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm extremely sorry. I had not brushed it up on in recent times.
But he won't kill you.
it's not-
No, but only one Ushap, as we call it.
Yes.
If you clear exam this time.
Sir, I'll work hard.
Yes,
I
of
believe I
course.
have time. I'll work hard
Of
and
course, yeah. And secondly, even if I exercise my constitutional powers of pardon, most of those in Maharashtra will not excuse you
Yes, sir.
for not remembering the birthplace of Shivaji Maharaj.
Yes.
Do you remember it now, at least now?
Yes, sir. At that moment, it was very heat of the moment for me. Sir, Shivneri fort is...
Yeah. But it is all fun.
Yes.
My last 1 or 2 minutes are just fun. To the best of our judgment, today's interview, as it happened, will take you around 169 or something.
Okay.
At 160, good interview begins. So you are already 9 points above good.
Yes.
But it means take the time to reach beyond 200.
Yes, sir.
Huh? All the very best.
You
Yes.
have the potential.
These are notes for you.
Thank you, sir.
All the very best.
God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.